Welcome back. Here is our next video on CA Final Paper 4 Old Course MTP2, which was conducted in April 2021. Okay, let's go through the case study. Heights Private Limited, for expansion of its business, took a financial debt of amount 50 crores from the HBC Bank Limited. Heights Private Limited, in its initial 1 year, paid the installments of the amount of debt timely. However, later started omission in the payments of installments. Despite of repeated reminders, Heights Private Limited continued with default in payments of installments. HBC Bank Limited filed an application under the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016 for initiating corporate insolvency resolution process against Heights Private Limited, alleging that default in payments of debt, interest and other charges on 18th of November 2020. The application was admitted and the NCLT on 1st of December 2020. The ex-directors and shareholders of Heights Private Limited preferred an appeal against the said admission of the application under Section 7 of the IBC. Appellant submitted that name of Heights Private Limited was struck off from the Register of Companies under Section 248 of the Companies Act. Also asserted that the application filed under Section 7 of IBC by HBC Bank Limited is barred by limitation and against a non-existing company. So, they alleged that no such application is maintainable. However, the appeal was set aside. During the corporate insolvency resolution process, resolution professional Mr. Amar was appointed to manage the estate of the Heights Private Limited. Mr. Amar invited resolution applicant Mr. Jeet to submit him a resolution plan for approval of the Committee of Creditors later. Later, Mr. Amar discovered Mr. Jeet is in the management of the Heights Private Limited, so he raised an objection stating of ineligibility of Mr. Jeet as resolution applicant. However, Mr. Jeet submitted a resolution plan with an affidavit stating he is eligible under Section 29A of the Code to the resolution professional. Mr. Amar presented such resolution to the Committee of Creditors for its approval with requisite voting share of the financial creditors. While during the pendency of the corporate insolvency resolution process, the Enforcement Directorate provisionally attached the assets and property belonging to the Heights Private Limited, considering that the assets and property were derived by the company from the proceeds of crime. Mr. Amar, that is the resolution professional, intimated the Enforcement Directorate about initiation of the corporate insolvency resolution process and imposition of moratorium on the property and assets of the Heights Private Limited, as the resolution professional was required to take charge and custody of the same. Enforcement Directorate submitted that moratorium declared by the adjudicating authority would not be applicable to the criminal case initiated under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002. So this is our case study. Now we'll go through the MCQ questions and we'll answer one by one. Okay. In the given case, Heights Private Limited was struck off from the Register of Companies under the Companies Act 2013. State whether HBC Bank Limited can file an application under Section 7 of the Code. What do you think? Do you think that the HBC Bank can file an application under Section 7 or not? Yes, it can file an application under Section 7 of the IBC, but before filing such an application under Section 7, it should apply to the tribunal asking that the name of the company should be restored back to the ROC. Let me just quickly take you through this screenshot. Appeal to the tribunal, aggrieved to file an appeal against the order of registrar. Any person aggrieved by an order of the registrar notifying a company dissolved under Section 248 may file an appeal to the tribunal within a period of 3 years from the date of order of the registrar. And if the tribunal is of the opinion that the removal of the name from the Register of Companies is not justified in the view of absence of any of the groups on which the order was passed by the registrar, it may order restoration of the name of the company in the registers. So, HBC Bank Limited should, before filing an application under Section 7 for corporate insolvency resolution process under Insolvency Bankruptcy Code, it should file an application to the tribunal under Section 252 of Companies Act for restoration of the company. If see, restoration of the name of the company. If the registrar is satisfied that the name of the company has been struck off from the register of companies, either inadvertently or on the basis of incorrect information furnished by the company or its directors, which requires restoration in the register of companies, he may, within a period of 3 years from the date of passing of order dissolving the company under section 248, file an application before the tribunal seeking restoration of the company of such company, restoration of name of such company. So it is like either the registrar can file an application or the concerned aggrieved party can file an application for restoration of such company. Okay, now here HBC Bank Limited has the ability, it can file an application. So the answer is S. We had two options with S, right? Option C says yes, application can be filed under both the laws by the HBC Bank Limited being under the two different jurisdictions. No, just because it is under two different jurisdictions, that doesn't make the HBC Bank Limited to file two different applications. But the correct reason is option D. Yes, application can be filed on the appeal of HBC Bank Limited being a creditor before tribunal under the Companies Act for taking Heights Private Limited into the register of companies, and then may file an application of initiation of corporate insolvency resolution process under the capacity financial creditor under the code. Hope you are clear with this question. We'll go to the next question. Question number 2. As given in the case, HBC Bank Limited files an application for initiation of corporate insolvency resolution process on 18th of November 2020, which was admitted on 1st of December 2020. Suppose if later Heights Private Limited pays off the outstanding debt amount and requests the HBC Bank Limited to withdraw the application, specify which among us the following is the correct option. What do you think? It can withdraw provided 90% of voting shares of COC, I mean Committee of Creditors, gives the approval. Let me take you through the screenshot. See, withdrawal of application admitted under section 7, 9 or 10 of IBC. The adjudicating authority may allow the withdrawal of application admitted under section 7, 9 or 10 on an application made by the applicant with the approval of 90% of share of Committee of Creditors in such a manner as may be prescribed. So if you got the 90% approval from the Committee of Creditors, then you can withdraw the application. So the correct option to this question is option D. Okay. The next question, within how many days application for initiation of corporate insolvency resolution process can be admitted by the NCLT, as it was filed on 18th of November 2020 by, it is HBC Bank Limited, not GBC Bank. Okay, so the question is asking within how many days it can be admitted, but the options are saying by what date it can be admitted. So we'll be counting 14 days. Within how many days it can make? Within 14 days the NCLT can admit or reject the application. Let me just quickly take you through the screenshot. See, before application before the NCLT with proof and name proposed resolution professional. So within 14 days, in either the cases, 14 days from the date of receipt of application, it can either reject the application or admit the application. So what is the time that is allowed? It is 14 days. Now you need to count 14 days from 18th of November 2020, which is coming to 2nd of December 2020. Therefore, the correct option to this question is option C. Let's move on to the next question. Suppose NCLT rejects application of HBC Bank Limited on account of incomplete application submitted before it. Within how many days the applicant can rectify the defect in the application? Within how many days? Within 7 days from the date of receipt of such application. See, adjudication, admit, go through this point. Admission or rejection of application. The adjudicating authority may either accept or reject the application within 14 days of receipt of application. However, applicant should be allowed to rectify the defect within 7 days of receipt of notice of such rejection. So, it is within 7 days, right? Therefore, option A is the correct option, within 7 days of receipt of such notice from NCLT. We'll go through the last question from on this case study. Comment on the nature of ineligibility of Mr. Jeet as resolution applicant under section 29 of the code. So for this I have taken a screenshot again. Let me just take you through that. See, this is what the section is. 29A, persons not eligible to be a resolution applicant. A person shall not be eligible to submit a resolution plan if such person or any other person acting jointly or in concern with such person. We'll leave all these points. Now we'll go through point number J. As a connected person not eligible under clauses A to I. So clause J is saying that a connected person is not eligible to submit a resolution plan. Explanation, what it was given. For the purpose of this clause, the expression connected person means any person who is a promoter or the management or in the management or the control of the resolution applicant, or any person who shall be the promoter or in the management or control of the business of the corporate debtor during the implementation of resolution plan, or the holding company, subsidiary company, associate company or related person of the company referred to in clause 1 and clauses 1 and 2. So our point is that Mr. Jeet is in the management of the company, right? Therefore, he is constituted as a connected person under section 29A, and therefore he is not eligible to to act as a resolution applicant and submit a resolution plan. Therefore, the correct option to this question is Mr. Jeet is a option C. Mr. Jeet is a connected person, so he is not eligible as resolution applicant. Hope you are clear with these points. That's all. We have completed the first case study. If you have any doubts, please comment below. I'll be very happy to address your queries. The only way that you can contact me is through commenting. Okay. And if you find these videos helpful, please do like, share and subscribe. Do share with your friends and help them to revise at the earliest. Okay. Thanks for watching.